Christian charity on camera.
Well, shall I tell you why? I thought of gingerbread today, right?
Yeah.
It's because I've seen a video by a Muslim guy saying how gingerbread are haram, not because there's anything dodgy in them.
Like what is haram? Gingerbread haram.
Man, yeah.
So even in this there is Islamophobia in this stunt. Even in charity there is Islamophobia.
No,
there has to be something anti-Islam, anti-Muslim.
It's gingerbreadophobia. It's gingerbreadophobia, Adnan. Why are you guys gingerbreadophobic?
Nice.
Abbas, right? Abbas. Okay.
Abbas, he likes it.
So I'm glad that you are enjoying the gingerbread. But anyway, this video that I saw, this guy was saying that actually gingerbread men are haram because they're symbolic of pagan massacres. Have you heard that before?
Really?
Yeah.
No, I never heard that.
No, okay. So my issue is why are Muslims making videos about pagan massacres and telling people about the evils of children's biscuits, but then when it comes to actual massacres at Christmas markets, there aren't very many videos about those. You see my problem?
Well, I'm sure there are Muslims talking about this extremism all the time.
Yeah?
Haven't you heard it? Many imams talking about it.
What do you think of this guy?
Yeah, no.
Who is he?
He's extremist, isn't it?
Yeah? Which one?
The one in France, isn't it?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Strasbourg shooter.
That's right, yeah.
Sharif Chakat, I think his name is. 29 years old.
Very sad that
What do we
he
know
comes to
about
that.
him? What do we know about him? Do you know? I'll tell you a few facts, right? So when he was killing people, he said Allah, he shouted Allahu Akbar. Okay? And also we know that he was radicalized in prison.
In France?
Guessing, I don't know the details. And looking at this bump on his head, right, I'm guessing that he was pretty devout.
We know these people. Leave it. Leave it. Find someone else.
This isn't Sharia
Have a
corner.
conversation.
This is not Sharia corner.
Give someone education who can learn. He's a very learned brother, mashallah. I really respect him.
Yeah, he wants to drink Muhammad's dirty water.
I think Adnan is one of the best at Speaker's Corner, mashallah, and I really respect him.
Okay, but you know that he wants to drink Muhammad's dirty wudu water, right? Don't follow his example. Adnan. Anyway,
So do I.
That's not what you said last time we spoke.
What did I say?
You said you didn't want to drink Muhammad's dirty wudu water.
No, I said I would.
Ooh, yuck, you'll get cholera.
No, but he never asked us to drink it. But I would, in his love, I would. But
that's not love. Anyway, we've been here before.
That's respect, reverence. We call it reverence.
No, that's called mad fanaticism, and it's going to get you sick. And it shows me again and again how absurd.
We already ever talk about that.
Yeah, how absolutely absurd Islam is that it advocates drinking somebody else's dirty washing water. Thank God I'm a Christian.
So yeah.
Anyway, tell me about this guy. Do you think there's a possibility that this guy, obviously being a Muslim, obviously being very devout, okay, shouting Allahu Akbar before he slaughters people, do you think there is a possibility that this guy might have been influenced by this book?
Yes.
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 Okay. So why are you a Muslim? Why do you not leave Islam if you know that it can lead, this book can lead to this man doing what he did? Why are you still prepared to stand here as a Muslim, Abbas, and not find a problem with that?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, please.
Have you ever heard of false interpretations? False understandings of something?
Okay.
Like for example, people see things differently. If the glass, some people say glass is half full, some say glass is half empty. It's a different perception and looking at things. So he probably read the Quran, he understood it wrongly, out of context. False interpretations, they happen all the time, they happen in Christians as well. There are many Christians, like Jehovah's Witnesses, read the same Bible, they understood it differently. In the time of, Crusaders, they understood Christianity differently. The Catholics understand it, they read the same Bible. So it's a different understanding reading the same book.
Okay.
Is it possible or not?
Okay.
I'm asking you a question.
Have some more of this.
Yeah, sure. Is it possible or not that you can... No. I'm asking you a question. Is it possible to have a false...
Do you want some gingerbread, sir?
Where's the Christmas cake? Christmas cake.
Oh, Christmas cake.
I want a Christmas cake.
Okay.
I've heard you made the best... Last year you had the best Christmas
thank
cake.
you. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I did make it. It was one of my kids.
Your Christian brother, you can offer him.
Sir? Yeah, of course. Hey, it's all... go for it. Feeling the love. It's Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Abba.
So you understand
let's see. Tell me how he might have misinterpreted these verses then. Okay? Okay? Yeah, it is. Tell me how he might have misinterpreted.
Remember one thing I said, it's possible. I didn't say he's definitely, because I don't know anything about this guy. It's possible.
And let not, this is Surah 8:59. And let not those who disbelieve, 8:59, yeah? Let not those who disbelieve think that they can outstrip, escape from the punishment. Verily, they will never be able to save themselves from Allah's punishment. And make ready against them all you can of power, including steeds of war, tanks, planes, missiles, artillery, to threaten the enemy of Allah and your enemy, and others besides whom you may not know, but whom Allah does know. And whatever you shall spend in the cause of Allah shall be repaid unto you, and you shall not be treated unjustly.
Allah said tanks and artillery?
No, this is the...
Allah said tanks, yes.
No, but, hey, this is translated by the people of Dar es Salaam, Saudi Arabia.
Translation is
They put in the footnote that actually it means in today's language tanks, planes, missiles, artillery. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
So,
and your point is?
you tell me. So the point is, who are the enemy here? The disbeliever. I'm a disbeliever. I don't believe in and wait a minute. Because where was this guy? This guy was at a Christmas market. Interesting. How many Muslims can celebrate Christmas? They shouldn't be anyway, according to Allah. They shouldn't be celebrating Christmas. Okay, so why go to a Christmas market and slaughter people? Okay, so obviously, if he's being a faithful Muslim, that would be quite a good place to find disbelievers, right? So he's found some disbelievers. Let not those who disbelieve think they can escape Allah's punishment. This is like, you know, no one's fighting them. It's because they disbelieve. And it says, make ready against them all you can of power.
Can you read the verse before? Can you read the verse before that? 58.
And if you fear treachery from any people, throw back their covenant to them on equal terms, that there will be no more covenant between you and them. Certainly Allah likes not the treacherous.
Can I explain that?
Which one?
8:58 is telling us, and if you fear treachery from any people, then publicly throw their covenant at them. What do you understand of that? Throw their covenant, treaty at them. What do you understand of that? Meaning?
So if you're worried, not if it's actually happened, it says if you fear treachery, so the treachery doesn't even have to happen. But if you're just a bit paranoid and you're thinking that people aren't playing fair with you, okay, then you can ditch the terms of their covenant.
Okay.
That verse is not helping you.
Question
because
is,
it's saying,
what is the covenant?
even if you suddenly decide, right, imagine me and you have a covenant, right?
Sorry.
And suddenly I just don't like the look of you. I don't know, I'm in a bad mood, I'm fearing that you're just, you know, I don't really trust you anymore.
Gentlemen,
without any proof, I can just ditch our agreement whatever we had.
Lady.
That for me is not fair. Allah is not being fair, even in that situation.
Lady, may I say something about the verses?
Sure.
This Enfal chapter, this is coming from an sequences of events, things happening. Okay, so they have an agreement. Okay, to not attack.
To not attack. Right.
Yeah, not attack. Okay, so and they keep violating the agreement, and it already happened. Okay, several times, and they ask one more time. Okay, to keep it the agreement in order. Okay, valid. So in this case, Allah give permission to Prophet ﷺ. If you not sure, if you have doubt that they are going to keep their last promises, you are allowed to break. Okay, you are allowed to break it. So this is a given permission. Let's say you realize your enemy preparing army. So then you are allowed to say that, okay, now you already break it, 1, 2, 3, and this time you are preparing an army. I am off to agreement. That's the case.
Okay, go on, Abbas.
Yeah, okay. Now, if you read only 4 verses, she said 59, yeah? I says 60 and then 61. Read verse 61, that answers your question, which says, if they incline to peace, incline you as well to it, and trust in Allah, surely He is all hearing, all knowing. Meaning, if they want peace, then go peace. Meaning what?
Can I respond?
If they don't want peace, then fight with them.
Can I respond?
Yes, sure.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Before that, it says you get ready your steeds of war against them, right?
Yeah.
So if you turn up at my house with your steeds of war, your artillery, and everything else, okay, am I going to...
He said be ready. He didn't say just go to them. He said be ready.
Threatening me.
You see, now you're putting words into it.
This is not individual.
No,
this is between seven.
Wait a minute.
You're putting words into it. He said be ready. He didn't say go there, outside their house.
But it's true, isn't it? Muhammad, okay, let's say Muhammad said that there was no deed in the world equal to jihad, correct?
You are going somewhere else now. You're going out of context. We're talking about this verse here.
Because, let's say for the sake
That is in the context he said that. No deeds greater than jihad.
You ask question. You ask question.
I can't
No,
talk
you
to
ask
two people.
question.
I can't talk to two people.
But
at
let's
once.
answer
I can't talk to two people. Okay. I'm telling you.
No, but it's a different context. Which context he said
Okay,
that?
I'm telling you, okay, that what Muhammad said, okay, let's, for the sake of argument, I don't agree with you. Let's say there's a wider context to these verses. That doesn't help because actually this is meant to be Allah's eternal word, and it's meant to be as binding on you today as it is 1400 years ago.
Yeah, it is, of course it is.
That's the thing. Whether or not there is context, it doesn't matter because it's still telling Muslims today, disbelievers, makes deeds of war against them, you know, and intimidate them effectively. And if they want to make peace based on your intimidation, you can. That's a bullying God to me. But anyway,
Wrong
that
example.
aside,
No,
that
you
aside,
can't just get
wait a
away
minute,
with
wait a
by
minute.
saying anyway. Let me have my
Go
go.
for it.
Now you say this book is binding upon us till the hereafter, till the end of the world. But there's a context to it. So now, if we Muslims, we are at war with some people, yes, and if they don't want peace, you can fight with them. But if they want peace, have peace with them. So this applies now as well. With your enemies, you can have peace as long as they want peace. But if they don't want peace, Islam is not a religion of pacifism. That somebody going to hit you. Like you believe in that? Jesus say somebody hit you one side, offer the other. Do you believe in that?
Yeah, I believe
Do you believe in that?
Karen,
No.
there's a debate. There's an in-house debate about whether or not you can fight.
No,
or
it's
whether
not.
or not you can.
This is a direct question to you. Islam is not a religion of pacifism.
Yes, I understand
If
that.
somebody
That's
hits you,
very obvious to the whole world.
somebody hits you, you can hit them back. But if you forgive them, that's better for you. That's another verse of the Quran. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. But if you forgive them, it's better for you. But Allah allows you to take revenge back equal to what they done to you. So this is exactly the Quranic verse saying, and this applies to us to this day as well.
Okay, let me respond to that. Okay, it is also true, I'm going to go back to this point, that Muhammad said that there is no deed greater in the world than jihad, right? And that he would much rather die in jihad, get martyred and then come back to life again, and then get martyred and then come back to life again, and then get martyred, dying in jihad. And let's look at this. Wait a minute, and let me read this from Surah 9:111, okay, and then you can tell me. Because it's not just as simple as, you know, the context of certain conflicts, is it? And who's got a treaty and who hasn't got a treaty. This is also about paradise and how you might attain paradise. Let's look at this.
Context is everything. You can't cherry pick things.
Wait a minute, sir.
Remember what you were telling me, you're cherry picking things.
Verily, Allah has purchased of the believers their lives and their properties for the price that theirs shall be the paradise. They fight in Allah's cause, so they kill others and are killed. Okay, so part of this killing and being killed is your ticket to paradise. Do you agree with that, sir?
Can I answer? Okay.
Just tell me
No.
you agree.
I'll
Part
tell
of
you.
being killed
Okay, you ask
and killing
question.
for the sake
You
of
ask
Islam
question.
gets you to paradise.
You ask question. You give me freedom to answer this.
Yeah.
Okay. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked questions, and he answered according to individual or according to occasion, the situation. If there is a situation to be or not to be, okay, to be wiped out from the earth or not. So in this case, the jihad is the biggest deed to go to jihad. When they were returning from the one of the big battle, he said to his companions, now we are coming to real jihad. And the companion asked, what is the real jihad? Ya Rasulullah, we already came from a big battle. He said, real jihad is the self-fighting.
Where is that hadith, sir?
This
Where
hadith,
is that hadith? Where is that in the Quran? You tell me, where is it?
Hadith is not in the Quran, okay? Hadith is the saying of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, okay?
Give me your proof, please.
Okay, you give me your phone number or anything, contact, or email, I can email it. It's very famous known hadith, okay? You can find, just type on one of the search engines.
That's not good enough to speak as
Okay.
sir. If you want to,
I'm telling you,
if the
listen.
whole of them, listen, and you need to do some work. Okay, I'm listening, but then this is.
You are interrupting, not listening.
Sorry, I apologise. Finish your point.
Okay. So, I give you another example. One person comes and asks, what is the best deed? And he says, go and serve your mother, do this, and this is the best deed. So that individual person's question, individual answer. Okay, so you cannot make it universal, the best deed to serve your mother. Okay, that's of course best deed, but for that individual, maybe he's weak in that side, he strengthen him. Tell him to go and do whatever he needs to do. Okay? So that particular things said in particular environment applicable for the particular cases. Okay? Please, now your turn. Go on.
Okay, so I'm sorry, but I think that you're being a bit disingenuous in that answer, because you know as well as I that jihad is considered the 6th pillar of Islam. It is that important. Even at the back of this Quran here, it talks about the importance of jihad.
Jihad is very important.
And it talks about, thank you for admitting that, thank you that jihad is very important.
Jihad means defense.
Okay, but jihad of the sword is the most important jihad of
Jihad
all.
is defense.
And what is jihad? There is nothing in the Quran, you show me from the Quran, where it talks about defense. It talks about the fact that people are disbelievers. The whole reason that people are being attacked is because they disbelieve.
That's in Bible.
And
You mix up
basically
with Bible.
either people are given a choice. Either they have to, no, I'm not talking about the Bible, sir. Don't take that.
No,
I'm
the
not
Bible
talking about
says,
that.
go and kill them.
No, it doesn't, sir.
Old
Let me
Testament.
talk about your Quran. Let's talk about your Quran. It says, basically, in Islam, you are given a choice. Either you accept Islam or you are killed. That is the reason that Muhammad went fighting, in order to spread Islam. Surah 840, it talks about, let's read it, let's read it.
Okay, I can answer you. Self-defense. Quran talk about self-defense. Can I give you the verse in the Quran? Chapter 2, verse 1. Okay, it was 190, isn't it? Is it 190?
Yeah.
Okay. It says, and fight in the way of Allah those who fight you. Is that not self-defense? Fight in the way of Allah those who fight you. That's a self-defense. So somebody fighting you, fight them. That's your answer. Nowhere in the Quran says fight in self-defense.
Okay, sir. Right. Okay. What about this one then? And fight them, who? The disbelievers. Okay, until there is no more fitna, disbelief and polytheism.
What verse
and
are you reading?
worship, Surah 839. And the religion is all for Allah alone in the whole world. That plus the fact that jihad is the 6th pillar of Islam. That with the fact that Muhammad said there is nothing better than in jihad. Okay.
You say 839 or 859?
839. Sorry, 839.
She's just
And
picking
fight
in the
against
middle.
them until the mischief. So you say fight against them, who them? Have you read the context we're talking about? And fight against them until the mischief ends. So let's see what's the context talking about here.
There is a mischief.
No, you carry on reading.
There is a mischief.
Abbas,
But you said
carry on
them.
reading.
When you said them,
Carry on
who are
reading.
them? We need to read the context.
Carry on reading,
Can I read the
Abbas.
verse once before that?
Carry on reading. Tell the unbelievers.
Yeah. Okay, let me read the.
It's the unbelievers that are the problem.
Let me read the verse. Let me read the whole context. Because you are just cherry picking. That's not fair. I can cherry pick from the Bible.
No.
I can make many things in the Bible as well.
The person you fight
Tell-
is the
Brother, the Bible says go and kill
disbelievers.
even sucking babies. Animals, oaks.
That's right. Yeah, we know that.
I'm not told as a Christian to go and kill sucking babies. That is wrong. That is wrong, sir. You know it's a lie. Don't lie. This is talking to Muslims. What are Muslims commanded to do today? Either you're telling me that this is irrelevant, that this is a history book, and it should be chucked in the bin, which I think it should be anyway, or it's relevant for today. According to your theology, this book is as relevant today as it ever was. And what's it telling you today? It's saying, fight them, who you've clarified for me, Abbas, thank you for clarifying, because it said in the verse before, those who have disbelieved.
I'm reading the context. I'm going to read the whole context.
Okay. And fight them until there is no more fitna, disbelief and polytheism, worshipping others besides Allah, and the religion will be all for Allah alone. You fight people in order to get them to accept the religion. That is why you fight. Now tell me, why are you following? Can you now see why this guy went out slaughtering people? Can you see why he did that? Can you see why he was inspired to do that? Can you now, please?
Look, this is talking about self-defense as well. This is why it says that, because the verse 40 tells us, but if they turn away, meaning if they are not fighting with you, if they turn away, then know well that Allah is your protector. So it's still talking about those people who want to fight you, but if they turn away, then you don't have to fight with them. This is against self-defense.
It doesn't say that.
It does.
No,
But
I'm sorry.
what do you mean by if they turn away? What do you mean by
this
it?
verse carefully? Abbas, let's
When
look at this
Prophet
verse
Muhammad-
carefully. And if they turn away, then know that Allah is your Mawla, your protector. It does not say if they stop fighting, if you
Turn
stop
away from
fighting
what?
them.
Turn away from what? If they turn away from what?
Turning away.
Look, you need to read the tafsir then.
Okay.
Because
It
it's
doesn't
not.
say, sorry, I've not made myself
It's not
clear.
as clear as this.
It doesn't mean
history.
stop
This is
pursuing.
history.
I
Let-
didn't see,
let
can you
me
please
give
wait,
an
sir?
example.
Okay, I don't see here that then Muslims stop pursuing them. You know, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say stop pursuing them, leave them alone. It doesn't say that. It just says if they turn away, know that Allah is your protector. There's nothing in that to suggest that you should stop pursuing.
Does it say
Do you
if
see
they
my
turn
point?
away, chase them? Does it say that?
No,
If they turn away, chase them?
It doesn't
So
say Stop
Okay, so it's a no.
It's ambiguous. It
So,
doesn't say stop
so when it's
chasing them.
ambiguous, you can't rely your argument on the ambiguous verses. You can't. I'm giving one verse.
Yeah, we've got
I am
other verses.
giving
What
you the.
about 9 at 111? What about that one? What
I'm
about that
giving-
verse?
You focus on what happened actually there. You know, this is
I'm
talking
giving
about.
you the clear verses and you're concentrating on ambiguous verses. I'm going to give you another clear verse.
Actually, what's happened there? You know
You
what?
haven't, Abbas, you haven't responded to Surah 9:111 yet. The one when it talks about basically going to paradise, being killed and are killed. You haven't responded to that one. Please tell me that's nothing to do with self-defense. That is all to do with if basically if you're involved in
9111.
Allah's cause.
Let's read 911.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and this is really the crux of the argument, isn't it? Because this guy was exercised. Let's say we don't know what's going on in his head, but I can imagine that he was probably exercised about his salvation. And in Islam, there is no guarantee of salvation. Even Muhammad wasn't guaranteed of his salvation. But according to the Quran, this is the best you're going to get in terms of guarantee a place in paradise. Look at this, 9111. Verily, Allah has purchased of the believers their lives and their properties for the price that theirs shall be the paradise. They fight in Allah's cause, so they kill others and are killed. Sir, this does not say say writing or self-control. This is not that kind of jihad. That kind of jihad doesn't need to
You are
kill
putting words in
But
it.
this one says they fight in Allah's cause. Let's see what kind of fighting. So
what
they
happened there?
kill,
So what happened there? So what
and
happened
are
there?
killed.
So what
and
happened
that's
there?
your ticket to paradise.
Okay.
Can we possibly imagine
I ask
that
you a
that
question.
might be something that went through this
Lady,
guy's head?
I
What
ask
do
you
you
what.
think?
So what happened there? What happened there? You know, God ordered them to something happen, yeah? So to go to war and this. What happened there?
Sir,
Example. One question.
let's just take the exact wording
when
of
Prophet
the
Muhammad,
verse.
when Prophet Muhammad and his army came to Mecca, and they conquered Mecca. Okay, they came back to their own land, and the Meccan population, roughly 10,000 of people, none of them Muslim. What happened to them? They were killed, slaughtered, or pardon, forgiven.
Sir,
They all
Sir,
disbelievers.
we are not talking about Mecca. We are not talking
No,
about.
okay, what's happening
We're
here?
not
Okay, what-
talking about a specific battle.
Okay, what
Do not
happened-
pretend that's what
No,
we're
no,
talking
no, no,
about.
what's happening
we
here?
are talking about
I'll give you
paradise. This is what Allah is saying. This
Okay.
is talking about how you get to paradise.
Okay.
It's saying, verily, Allah has purchased to the
I
believers
ask you
their
a
lives
question.
and their properties.
You're reading verses, yes?
Yes.
These verses came in a particular event. So what happened there?
Sir, it's irrelevant.
Was there a
If
massacre?
you're saying that it's about a particular battle, then let's put this book in the bin because it belongs in history.
No, no, no. We will
What this
cancel it.
verse is
Yeah.
saying, 9111, is this about paradise?
Yes.
Do you consider? Sorry, this is another great verse actually. Let's read this one while I'm here. Surah 9:19. Do you consider the providing?
Can I-
wait
can
a
I
minute.
read-
The
can I
providing
read? No.
of drinking water to the pilgrims and the maintenance of Al Masjid Al Haram and
Yes.
Mecca as equal to the worth of those who believe in Allah and in the last day?
Yes. Do you know this ayah?
And strive hard
this
and fight
why
in the
this
cause.
revealed?
Wait a minute, sir, and fight hard in the cause
Yes.
of Allah. They are not equal before Allah, Abbas. Okay,
yes.
providing drinking water, looking after the holy mosque in
Can I ask
Mecca
you-
is not comparable to fighting in Allah's cause.
Can I ask you answer this question?
So, do you
Do you think a British
this
soldier,
guy-
a British soldier who go fight to defend his country, and who another person who look after this Hyde Park corner are the same? You know, I forget his name. A man came to Imam Ali alayhi salam, and asked him, okay, so
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay. Ask him to, you are like this, you are like this, I am better than you, such kind of thing. Then Allah revealed this ayah. Okay, and Allah said, people who fight, sacrifice their lives on the way of Allah are not equal to.
So let's talk about what is in your Quran. Okay, your Quran is saying it is much better to fight in jihad, just like Muhammad was saying. This is not dependent on context. It's completely congruent with what Allah and Muhammad are both saying. They're saying jihad is the best deed of all, and Surah 911 says that basically, if you slay and are slain, if you kill and are killed in Allah's cause, then you've done a very good thing in the service of getting to paradise. So do you think that might have inspired this man here? And if that's true, do you not think that Islam is abhorrent?
Okay.
Why are you still a Muslim?
Okay, can I tell you? This man inspired, from Donald Trump, Barack Obama, Tony Blair, and their puppet Saudi Arabia, their establishment, ISIS, Al Qaeda. So these men working for them. So you need to go and ask Obama.
Stop talking nonsense. Every time a Muslim goes on a killing spree, we get this nonsense conspiracy theory rubbish from Muslims, rather than actually doing the common sense thing and then going, maybe it has something to do with this book.
Okay.
Enough of the silly conspiracy theories.
Can I ask
and
you?
Please, sir, respond to what I said that Allah tells you in Surah 9111 and Surah 919, I think, or 1910. And please tell me why you are still following this vicious murdering God.
Lizzie, the context of 911.
Vicious murdering happening in Libya, in Syria, in Iraq.
It's not giving you any indication.
So this is nothing to do with Christianity. Although Americans, they claim themselves to be Christian, or the occupying forces, they claim to be Christian, but this is nothing to do with Christianity. So background doesn't make you the representative of the religion. So these people, a handful of idiots, they claim they act on behalf of Islam, but they are not representative of Islam or Muslims, okay?
They are acting, they are doing exactly what Allah has commanded them to do in the Quran.
There is IRA, they're Christian.
And now this gentleman wants to talk about the IRA. So
no, they are Christian.
About the IRA.
They are Christians, okay?
Start talking about why Muslims are slaughtering people because they are doing it. They are following what they are being told in this book.
In Congo, gentlemen, I tell you, the Belgian king, Saint Leopold, he massacred about 20 million people during his reign, okay? He was a Christian.
Changing the subject,
No, I'm asking you.
Changing the subject. You have failed to
Gentleman wants to say
respond
something.
to Surah 9111 and Surah 19.
9111 without tafsir, we don't know what is happening there. We don't know. We need to look in the tafsir. Why saying that?
Do you have that?
No, I don't have a tafsir here right now.
I know the whole surah. I mean,
But look, this 911 is not telling us why this happened, why this verse came, and what was the situation. But by saying that, we know there is something called contextual study and something called intertextual study. If you do intertextual study of the Quran, we learn again and again, and I can give you many verses, which Allah is telling Muslims as a fight in defense. If they want peace, don't fight with them. I can read many verses to you. One of them is chapter 22, and what's the verse 39, yeah? Permission to fight is given to those
i.e. believers against disbelievers.
Why are you reading I.e.? I.e. is not Allah's word, yeah?
Yeah, but Muslims have translated this.
So you believe?
Believers, I'm just reading
so
from
you
your
believe,
thing.
So you believe whatever Muslims are telling you, interpretation. I'm reading.
Thank you that you're telling me
No,
you
but
can't trust others.
I am telling you what Allah is telling us in the
919
Quran.
and 911.
You like to read these individual opinions of scholars. They can be right, they can be wrong. But
this is the website that you are going to, Abbas. This is the website that you are going to, and you're not reading all of it. What they've put
this is
there.
Mohsen Khan's, yeah?
They've said disbelievers against
look,
believers.
Do Yusuf Ali agree with Mohsen Khan? Yusuf Ali says, to those against whom war is made permission is given because they are wronged. And verily Allah is more powerful to their aid. If you are being wronged by people, if the other people are doing wrong to you, then you are given permission. Otherwise, there is no permission. That's one verse. That's one verse.
You can bring up loads of verses like that. You have
What I'm
failed
telling you,
to respond
no,
to
what I'm
Surah
telling you,
911
911, we need to look into tafsir.
939 and 9111 are not the same.
And I'm look. 939, 911. No, what is the context we need to? If that 911 did not give us any context at all, you just pick one word. No, I read the context.
Here's the thing.
Context didn't tell us anything about what the situation is.
Sir,
we need to read the tafsir.
Actually, context doesn't help. Let's read the verse again. Because actually, context is irrelevant here. Because surely this is either a truth
Another one, chapter 8.
or not. Let's look at it again. Let's read it again.
Well, what's the verse number here?
Let's look at 911, Abbas.
What's the verse number here?
Wait, sir.
61.
Let me finish.
61.
861 says, but if the enemy incline towards peace, to thou incline towards peace.
Abbas.
How clear it
Abbas.
can be.
Abbas,
So you need to understand the Quran as a intertextual.
Let's listen to this one. Let's listen to this one. Thank you so much, Abbas, that you're prepared to throw the Quran under the bus again and actually
I'm not.
you're showing me that you are. Yes, you are, because you're telling me
You are
that you're
reading
better
something
than
in the
Allah.
brackets.
You're telling
I said
me that
don't
you're
read
better than
something in the
Allah,
brackets.
because Allah said that your book was clear and detailed and well explained. But actually you're saying
Again,
no,
out
you
of
have
context.
to go and
When Allah say,
understand it
okay, read.
intertextually.
You see, this is
blah,
what
blah,
you
blah.
do. You cherry pick words. Now you
Here's the
say
thing.
it's well explained, well detailed. When Allah say that, what He means, pick up that verse. You are cherry picking things.
Abbas, I'm not
You are
cherry-picking.
confusing
You
things.
are running away, Abbas, sir. You are running away from this verse.
I'm not running away from
where
anything.
Context will not help you in any way.
I'm
Because
going
look
to
at it. Let's
open
just look
Ibn
at the
Kathir.
words. Verily, Allah has purchased of the believers their lives and their properties for the price that there shall be the paradise. They fight in Allah's cause, so they kill others and are killed. Now, are you telling me that that is irrelevant today, that no Muslim should kill anybody else, and that paradise is irrelevant, and that jihad is not a way to go to paradise, and all that this is no longer relevant today?
You want my honest answer?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I actually did answer you. It is relevant today, but I gave you the context how. If American forces or British forces, they go and attack Iraq and Afghanistan, this applies to those Muslims living in Afghanistan and Iraq. You fight them. Those who are attacking you fight. So it's applicable even today and to the end of the world. If you are under attack, you are allowed to attack and fight back. So this exactly was the situation Muslims were in. They were surrounded by pagan Arabs and even Jewish also. What do you say? They are also playing the tricks, and they are inviting, or they are encouraging pagans to attack Muslims. So Muslims were under attack from all sides. So that's why that verse came, fight. So this is applied right now for those who are under attack, yes.
Okay,
But
so
not
can
for
I
Muslims
respond?
here.
Can I respond?
Yeah.
Sorry. Sir, there is nothing in this verse, that tells us actually this only applies in a situation like Americans and Afghanistan or Americans and Iraq. It's talking about believers.
That's why I say you need to read it.
It's talking about believers, because it's talking about the believers, and it's saying that they're fighting in Allah's cause, and we know what Allah's cause is. Allah's cause is to bring the whole world under the submission of Islam, okay? And it says the ticket to paradise is if they kill and are killed.
Have a guess why it's saying believers.
Why on earth did Allah not make this absolutely clear to so many people? Let's start listing some of these Muslims around the world who think it's perfectly fine to blow themselves up or to mow people down.
It is clear to all Muslims. You always have bad apples. You always have bad apples.
That is a lot. Abbas, we're talking a lot of bad apples,
How many?
aren't we?
Give me the number.
Your interpretation?
Give me the number of bad apples.
I'm not going to give you a number.
Oh, well, because you know how little the number is.
Sorry.
You know how little the number is. In the box of apples, if there are 30 apples, there might be one bad apple. But even in Islam, not even 1% of people who are ready to kill innocent people and to commit suicide. Not even 1%. Even much less than that.
Not even one person in Islam is prepared to commit suicide.
Absolutely, I'm telling you. Not even 1%. Okay, tell me how many suicide bombers we had for the last 100 years.
I'm not going to give you a number, but
because you know how little this number is.
7/7, 9/11, Brussels, Madrid, Paris shootings, Strasbourg, Berlin.
Libya.
No, give me the number.
Libya.
Let's go on and
Libya.
on, shall we?
Libya.
Okay. Can we be generous? Let's say be generous. There are 1,000 suicide bombers
Are they
in the last
all just bad apples? And why have you
I say
failed? No, let me finish. Why have you failed so badly to convince these Muslims that what they're doing is wrong? Because, and actually you're so indifferent about it. You're here going, oh well guys, this is all just about self-defense. Why are Muslims not going around all the mosques going, your theology is wrong, guys. You need to stop jihad, you need to stop blowing people up, because actually Allah doesn't say that at all. What He says is only fight people if they fight you back. Why is your interpretation so weak and so not adhered to by hardly anybody else? Why?
Can I say something?
Why, if this is true, is there suddenly a complete drop-off in people willing to slaughter people in the name of jihad? Tell me why.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
You build a straw man and you destroy it by
I
yourself,
don't
and
think so.
you're saying like I'm agreeing with you. First of all, I ask you. You say there are many suicide bombers in Islam, yeah? I'm asking
many
you.
Muslim suicide bombers, yes.
Yeah. I'm asking you for the last 100 years, how many you think there were suicide bombers among Muslims in the last 100 years? If I'm very, very generous, I say, look, it's my turn. I say maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000, maybe 5,000 in the last 100 years. How many Muslims? No, how many Muslims in the world? How many Muslims? 1.6 billion, and your friends say 1.84 billion. Yeah. 1.7 billion Muslims in the world. For the last 100 years, even if I'm very generous, 5,000 suicide bombers. It's not even 0.00001%.
Can I respond?
So when I'm telling you, no.
This is not a numbers
If you're not going to let me
game.
speak,
This is not a numbers game.
I respect
It's about the ideology. Even one person,
I respect your point of view. Funny enough, I support it. But give him the opportunity to
See, when I speak, you know, when I speak,
give him the opportunity to
you don't look very good in the camera. I think what you
no.
So you are going to decide. You're going to decide when I'm going to stop. You are going to decide.
Enough, finish.
No, I want to say one thing. You know what the Christians here, many polemics, they believe as long as you speak loud enough and often enough, people will believe you whatever you say. And they tell a lot of lies about Islam, and that's exactly what they do. They just speak, so unless people believe it.
I'm not lying.
I was telling you this understanding of some very, very little minority of people of those verses is so minute that it doesn't make Islam wrong. The majority of Muslims don't understand that way. We don't understand why we have to kill innocent people. We don't understand the Quran that way. So there's always going to be people in every religion. They're going to be radical. They're going to be brainwashed easily, and they're going to have this kind of extremism in them. Islam is not exempt from that.
I'm going to respond to this now. Abbas, this is not a numbers game. This is not a numbers game. Your approach is just like, oh, what proportion of Muslims are terrorists compared to the amount of Muslims in the world? That's not the point.
It is.
Even if one Muslim did this, that is enough to tell me that this ideology is horrific. Because they are following, what they are doing is that they are being faithful. I'm so glad that actually most Muslims are not actually doing what Allah, exactly, not faithful to the Quran. But instead, exactly, that's you should be focusing on. You should be focusing on what are they being convinced of that Allah is saying that is making them do these things. And if Allah is saying this, why on earth are you subscribing to this ideology? I'm going to come back to this verse about 9111, which is links directly jihad to paradise, okay? And why it might quite possibly have inspired this guy and so many others who think, because there's no assurance of salvation in Islam, but the best they can get is verses like this. Verily Allah has purchased of the believers their lives and their properties for the price that there shall be the paradise. They fight in Allah's cause so that they kill and are killed. It's irrelevant what the battle was going on then. It's irrelevant whether or not the believers were fighting them first. The point is, Allah is strongly suggesting here that your ticket to paradise is through fighting in jihad. And this is backed up by hadith where Muhammad says that actually the best deed you can do is jihad, and that what he would love to do more than anything is get killed and then come back to life, and get martyred and come back to life, and get martyred and come back to life. Martyrdom is glorified killing other people. You need to leave this awful death cult and find another religion. And luckily for you, I have one right here. His name is Jesus, Abbas.
Can I say something?
You need Jesus.
And
Abbas, who died on the cross and who did not kill anybody, but who died for you.
You're preaching right now here.
I love preaching.
That's her life.
It's Christmas, man.
You are doing dawah as well.
I thought we were having a dialogue.
Go on then.
The numbers were very important. Look, what you know, the philosophers of the past, they tell us, no matter whatever you write, people can always have a different understanding. People always perceive things differently. So whatever the Quran is talking about fighting at war, we Muslims, 99.99% Muslims, we understand it. That is talking about the situations of war. We read the verses of the Quran again and again. When they want peace, give them peace. Don't fight. Fight. You are given permission to fight because you have been wrong. Quran is telling us again and again. So we, majority of Muslims, do understand Quran that way, but there's always going to be a minority who take it wrong way. And I tell you what really brainwash these kind of people. You know what brainwash? Now I'm going to say something might be controversial. We have leaders like Tony Blair and George W. Bush. They were the biggest war criminals for the last whatever.
Allah is the biggest war criminal. Allah is the biggest war criminal. Far bigger than Tony Blair and George Bush. You are failing. You're making this about politics. Sorry.
Okay, Lizzie.
This is about
if you hate to win the argument, you win the argument. I wasn't here to win the argument.
This book.
If you talk over me, I think there's
You've not responded to how jihad
you let me address my point. When I talk, you talk over me. I'll let you speak. When you're speaking, I was quiet. You see me, I was quiet. When every time I talk, you interfere. Look, it's like you know what? It's like a Satan or devil can't take the truth. When Allah says in the Quran, No, not you, but it's like example. Kul jal haq was a haqqal batil. Innal batila kana dhahuka. Say the truth has arrived and falsehood perish. For by its nature, falsehood is bound to perish. So whenever I speak, she don't let me speak. I let her speak because I know I'm following the truth. I let her speak whatever. I'm not concerned. But when I speak, why she speaks?
The reason I'm interrupting you, Abbas, is because you are not responding to my point. Every time I've come back to Surah 9111 that links jihad with paradise.
How do you know I was not going to say the next? I was addressing. You made 2 points. You made 2 points. You said numbers does not matter. What I was talking about? I was talking about the numbers matters. Yeah.
And it doesn't. They don't matter. Numbers don't matter. It's the ideology. All it takes is one person to take this verse seriously. One person, and that is enough. That is enough to make Allah an immoral deity that you should never ever follow.
I'll give you an example like the Speaker's Corner. What's the rule of Speaker's Corner? Freedom of speech. No, freedom of speech. Yeah, every freedom of speech, and one should not get one. I'm telling you, one should not get what do you call it? Physical.
No violence.
But we've seen some people do get physical. Yes, meaning they have their own understanding. They don't care about the law, whatever the law say. They have their own hatred and anger. So does happen in Muslim. So does happen in Hinduism. You see, you're doing that again.
I'm talking about Allah. I'm talking about Allah's eternal words that link jihad.
Can I say something?
With paradise.
Can I say something? Lizzie came here to win the argument. And if that's the reason she won the argument, I lost the argument. God bless you. God bless. No, we can't have a healthy conversation. When I speak, you
I
talk
want to
over.
ask one question, sir. One question. That's in line with what you said.
Look, my
The
purpose.
question is simple.
1 minute. I want to say one thing. Your purpose might be to defeat me. Wallahi, my purpose here is not to defeat anyone, but I want to win you over. I'm a Muslim, I want to win you over, not to defeat you. You maybe want to defeat me. But that's not my purpose. If you want to win the argument, you win the argument.
I will never be won over by a God who links slaughtering other people with paradise. I will not be won over by that.
All right, please, can I
And you've not responded. All the time you talk about George Bush, you talked about the numbers, you talked about self-defense.
You can't take it when I say George Bush is Tony Blair or war criminal.
Excuse me, ma. There's a reason why I'm
saying
excuse me,
You've not responded to me. You've not responded.
Ma,
Sir,
there's a reason you are having a discussion with him, but the question is being splintered.
You've not responded to this.
The content of your discourse is splintered. Now, can I just say this?
You're interrupting.
I am interrupting. I am interrupting because your conversation is splintered, and I have a feeling that this will be beneficial to both of you. The central personality of the Quran is Allah and Muhammad. Now, is there anything that Muhammad did that is an example of jihad and violence?
Yes.
Let me finish.
Yes.
And the central person and personalities of the Bible is Jesus Christ and God the Father and the Holy Spirit.
Right.
Now, is there anything that is central in the Bible that talks about violence by Christianity? Violence by Jesus Christ, for example. Let the central...
You see what you did here?
It's important. What did Muhammad do?
You want to debate me?
No, I'm not debating.
I think we have to finish it.
No, let's make sense.
Can I address your 9111?
Yes.
Yeah, you said 911 says, Allah says fight and Allah promised you paradise, yeah? So this is inciting violence, yeah?
Yeah, it's a good reason, isn't it? Wouldn't you say it's compelling motivation for a Muslim who's exercised about their salvation, that they think actually in order to, I've read here, I'm reading right here in front of me Allah's words saying that basically if I spend my cause, if I slay and are slain, if I'm killed and are killed in the form of jihad, then I will go to paradise. That's pretty powerfully motivating, isn't it? It's pretty powerfully motivating. What do you have to say to that?
I'm going to conclude here to address the point. We know the Muslims and the Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the life he lived, the situation he was in Arabia. He was under attack. He had many enemies all his life. So he was almost compelled to fight back because he was from a very small community, one small town called Medina. That's where they were. All Arabia wanted to destroy them. So Allah told them, fight back.
I'm not saying that. I'm not talking about Muhammad. I'm talking about what Allah is saying. Allah is saying, go and spend your lives and your property in the service of jihad because it'll basically take you to paradise.
Context is they have to defend themselves. So if Muslims, Allah is telling them like a for example, if you go to Iraq, yeah, the soldiers. Can I say something?
Whether they're defending themselves or not, the point is, and in fact, it actually doesn't say that. The point that Allah is making here is that if you fight in jihad, you will go to paradise,
Lizzie,
whether it's self-defense or not.
There's a context there.
So you're fighting, you're killing and are killed. You're killing and are killed.
In a war,
why are you fighting?
To your eternal
destiny. Why are you fighting? That's the question.
So let me just bring this back. If I fight or not fight, that has nothing to do with my eternal destiny. Nothing at all. My eternal destiny, yeah, because according to your Quran, whether you fight and kill in jihad is linked to paradise, right? Whether or not how I go to paradise as a Christian is nothing to do with whether or not I fight people. It's all to do with God's mercy, the fact that God came as a baby and he died on the cross and he freely took my punishment, and that is the way to go to heaven. And that's the way for you too. But for you, you're unsure of how you get to paradise, apart from the Quran that says if you fight in Allah's cause. I'm sorry, but this tells me that Islam is a terrible religion. It's a terrible religion that only leads to more and more violence.
I'm going to conclude here that do you believe when Allah is telling Muslims to fight?
Yes.
And if they die, what is their position in Islam?
They have a good shot of going to paradise.
No, they are martyrs. They are martyrs. If you die for the good cause, you are a martyr. So where martyrs go? Paradise. So that's in short Allah is saying, if you're going to fight for the good cause and you die, Allah will give you paradise. Simply, that's what you need to understand.
What is a good cause?
And the context here is in defense. You fighting with the enemies, who fighting you for your country, for your people. That's exactly what it's saying.
No, it's
like
about
the same way.
It's about disbelievers, Abbas.
Lizzie, I'm giving you one example. In this country, if somebody died for the country, what they got? If they really, really show bravery, what they got? Victoria Cross, the highest medal.
They get it.
Why? Because they have given their life for the country. Absolutely. And they show bravery. This is exactly Allah saying, if you fight for your nation in self-defense against the enemy, Allah will reward you. And His reward is paradise, not Victoria Cross. Paradise. That's exactly what He's saying.
But your mind, what do you have to do?
I'm sorry to say, your biased position do not want to understand that.
Please kill.
Okay, so you go to war and go say, kill me. No, of course you go to fight.
Allah will reward you if you kill unbelievers.
That's happened in the war.
Allah will reward you if you kill
That's happened in the war.
Unbelievers.
That's happened in the war.
That will get you to paradise. As a Christian, I am not commanded to kill other people as a way of getting to paradise.
Lizzie, they cannot have a property 1-to-1, 50-50, just attack. But the violence in the Bible,
because now this is an ad hominem attack. You see? Abbas has run out of things to say, so now he's talking about my heart. Can you hear that sound? That's my heart breaking.
If I say 1-to-1 debate, they will debate.
Once you start saying those things, then you really have lost your case.
She said to me that John 10, verse 17 to 18 is the proof that the Bible is the truth.
Can I just want to say, you know, when you say, Allah say, even you get killed, yeah? If you kill. I explained to you, if you get killed, you got martyr. So you say Allah is also rewarding you if you kill. I'm going to give another example of the country. If you from Britain, if you go and fight war and you kill the enemy, you destroy the enemy, what your country will say? You are a very naughty boy, you've been killing? No, country will tell you, well done, you done the right thing, destroying the enemy, killing the enemy. That's exactly what Allah is saying. Even if you see you doing that again. You doing that again. You can't take when I say something.
Who are the enemy? Tell me who the enemy are.
That's exactly.
Who are the enemy? Who are the enemy? They are people who are not Muslims. They are people who disbelieve.
Yeah, those who are attacking you.
So that's why it's fine.
Your enemies.
This is why this guy, Sharif Shaban, went to a Christmas market. He didn't go anywhere. He went to a Christmas market because he would find unbelievers there. And then he slaughtered the unbelievers because he knows, according to Surah 9:111, that by doing so, he has a good chance of going to paradise. Muslims are so deluded, guys. You are so deluded. You need to not follow this stupid religion that makes you go and slaughter people. You need to go and follow the Lord Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for you, who takes your sins away, even the really bad ones, and wants to take you to heaven for himself. You need to repent.
You want the violence? You know, the violence in the Bible? She would.